Hi there, welcome to Apple World. You realize I've forever been on visit with for certain genuine beasts, man. I visit definitely with the rulers. Now you know I have heard all of the YouTubes, and I done heard every one of the meetings and all like that. However, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So this here little hamburger thing. That everyone need to begin cuz you need to truly establish yourself. That is cool. Do you won't do it here. However, you won't be on no standing on Steve Harvey, alright? So this show between Katt Williams and Steve Harvey is beginning to truly get intriguing in light of the fact that Steve Harvey is presently terminating back at Katt and taking steps to deliver his dull mysteries on the off chance that you all haven't been holding your ears to the roads Katt has of late emerged to uncover Steve for purportedly pimping out Lori to men in the business. And Steve isn't having it since he is smearing Katt. Now he even ventured to threaten to employ a confidential examiner to do a profound dive into Katt to discover some soil in him. You all know, it's like we're going to see an out-and-out battle between these two, so we should separate the show. Little Canines B is the most okay presently, if it's not too much trouble. Comprehend, it appears as though Katt is making an ever-increasing number of foes in the business with his disclosures, and Steve Harvey just joined his rundown of operations. Katt is continuously saying that many individuals in the business could do without him since they realize that their obscure mysteries are undependable with him. Definitely well turns out that Steve could do without to be uncovered, either on the grounds that he is purportedly sending a few frightening dangers to Katt. Now, for those of you who are asking why Steve and Katt are on the outs, allowed me to fill you in. Everything began around 14 days prior when computer-aided design chose to begin spilling all the tea on a ton of CBs in Hollywood, and he in the long run went to Steve uncovering him for purportedly pimping out his little girl Lori Harvey to Diddy. Now, when Katt made these disclosures, I won't lie, it wasn't so surprising to many individuals since who has been exceptionally clear for the recent years that he treats Lori way better than his different children, even his organic children. I mean, she was the one in particular that he used to take on father-girl dates. Iana. Ni of our yearly father-daughter dates to my one Japanese calf, and you recently began conversing with me about folks, and you just let me know that you know generally upheld me, and you'd continuously show up for me regardless, and you cherished me, and when it came to his own twin young ladies, it was crickets from him, not in the least. Did he not go on father-girl dates with them? However, he was unable to try and be tried to go to their graduation, and insider composed, I went to secondary school with them. Twins there were a couple of years in front of me, yet individuals generally talked, and everyone was focused on them in light of who their dad was. He was absent at their graduation, and it wasn't just the twins that got overlooked in light of the fact that he was essentially a deadbeat to his child. Brief for the initial 16 years of his life, I didn't actually have my father full-time into my life until I was 16, right? And don't for a moment even get me began his second child went on and how he in a Al Sense got researched by the police and the CPS for putting hands on the kid to where he was unable to try and sit as per TMZ. As per the children, Steve hit him with a belt, and afterward an ore board, the sort utilized for rite of passage in clubs, concurring to the police report. Cops took photographs of the kid's wounds appearing on his buttock and right thigh, as well as cuts on his leg. The police report says the kid told the police they were so fierce, he experienced difficulty peeing for quite a long time. The case subsided after that. And as indicated by computer-aided design, this was on the grounds that Steve supposedly paid off the specialists to kill the case, and that is the reason the case didn't explode and disappeared discreetly. So, for what reason is Lori unique, and for what reason does she seek this extraordinary treatment? Well, Katt guaranteed that it was on the grounds that she was pretty, and Steve saw her as aware that he could purportedly pimp out. Steve hadn't arrived for it by any means, and he sent a weighty words to Katt. Currently, I won't lie, I sort of get why Steve would be frantic in light of the fact that the tea Katt needed to spill was insane. Recollect, when Steve's other posterity were envious in light of the fact that Laura's adoration life was overwhelming them information, and she had figured out how to construct her profession on her connections. Well, Katt uncovered that Steve was the mannequin expert behind Laura's heartfelt adventures. He didn't simply meddle, he was and full power, supposedly pimping her out to various fellows. No doubt you heard it right, Steve played relational arranger in the most eccentric manner purportedly, and sit tight for it, since one of the beneficiaries of Steve's supposed matchmaking skill was none other than Diddy. Streak back to 2019 when Lori and Diddy's relationship had us stunned in light of the fact that it emerged all of a sudden and left individuals considering what precisely was happening. There was a 28-year advanced age hole among Diddy and Lori, so it wasn't like they shared a great deal practically speaking. I intend what in heaven's name did they even discussion about, however? As though the 28-year age-old distinction wasn't causing a stir sufficient, it got creepier when you understood that Diddy had a 5-year-old child. When Lori was conceived, really understand that that implies that Diddy's child was more established than his father's new fire, yet the strangeness didn't stop there since Katt spilled the teeth. Diddy had known L's story since her high school years, and Katt guaranteed that Diddy and Steve ran in similar groups of friends, and keeping in mind that they weren't precisely best buds, they knew one another all around Oak. So Diddy knew Lori when she was a minor, but he got into a close connection with her years after the fact. As per Katt, Lori wasn't precisely a willing member, and Steve basically drove her into Diddy's arms since he considered it to be a road to push the Harvey name out their cut. Considerably more, however, we didn't have a clue about this at that point, so we were anticipating that Steve should step in and shut down the peculiar relationship, yet he didn't. Rather, he and Marjorie gave it their blessing when they followed along at a getaway with Diddy and Lori. Supporting your 22-year-old little girl dating a 50-year elderly person is a certain something. However, really going on an excursion with them is simply something different. Likewise, as indicated by Katt, he wasn't shocked by the relationship since he realized that Steve had been attempting to slide Lori into Diddy's life for some time. He at last saw his opportunity after Kim Dorman passed. See, Lori and Kim used to have an extraordinary relationship when she was alive, and after Kim passed, Lori even paid her public recognitions on Instagram. She composed, "Struggling with handling this one. You were a particularly lovely individual all around. I'm so happy I let you know the amount I adored and missed you the last time I saw you. Your energy was really something extraordinary, a holy messenger on the planet, and presently in paradise." RP Mom Kim's professing to cherish Kim was so wild that she began to date Diddy under 4 or 5 months after Kim passed away. I mean, with companions like that, who needs adversaries? Well, off base. As per Katt, Lori isn't the bad guy that individuals have described her as. In light of the fact that Steve was really the one calling the shots in the background, Katt guaranteed that he even constrained her to erase the recognition that she made to Kim Dorman since it made her look terrible, and he could never have that. As per Katt, there's another explanation. She ought to have seen the warnings in this relationship. It's about adoration as well as nail cleaning. Definitely. You heard that squarely. Amidst this madness, Lor's nail clean gets everyone's attention, and it's not really for a stylish design proclamation. Each time Lori ventured out with an eagle look at fans, they saw that her nails were painted white and clean. Now, why would that be a joke? Well, it turns out Cassie spilled tea in her claim, guaranteeing that Diddy felt weak at the knees over white nail clean. It was anything but a peculiar design inclination. No s. As per Cassie, Diddy made her wear white nails since he cherished the conspicuous difference against the brown complexion of the male escorts he pushed her to get physically involved with, yet it wasn't only Cassie under the white nail spell. Gossip began twirling that he did likewise with youthful Miami since she additionally had on white nails each time she was with Diddy. Well, hypotheses went crazy recommending that she could have been associated with Diddy's unconventional Randy. Back to Lori and her white nails. However, spending time with Diddy, it got more peculiar when you understand that Lori quit wearing white nail clean after the separation, making fans conjecture that she could have seen and persevered through some genuinely obscure stuff when she was with Diddy. However, as per Katt, Steve wasn't fret over what Lori proceeded with Diddy. No, for however long she was at the center of attention and next to Diddy, he was holding nothing back except for holding up, in light of the fact that Katt additionally guaranteed that Steve likewise attempted to pimp her out to Jay-Z. Purportedly, individuals really got onto this, and they hauled Lori for attempting to play with Jay-Z, but supposedly Steve was the one calling the shots in the background. Okay, so for those of you who don't recall, this happened way back in 2019 when Jay-Z welcomed Lori Harvey to a Stone Country early lunch. The occasion was loaded with celebrities, which isn't shocking since, in such a case, Jay-Z